Let's resume the recording. It is Thursday, the 13th of September. All right, we're looking at the possibility of they're going higher. And we're doing a breakout here. If you were a breakout trader, you could potentially go long here. The only problem with that is it's early in the morning. I don't like to go first minute, and the oscillators are already a little bit in the overbought condition. Doesn't mean that it won't continue to go higher, but I don't have any proof that it will. So I'll pass on that one. I pass on all of them in the first couple of minutes. Oh, I closed the wrong one. Okay. NASDAQ's pulling back. The Russell not necessarily so. The Russell has a long signal up here. I don't like setup. And good thing we passed that up, right, VJ? So far. Doesn't mean it won't just flip right back around, but we just don't know. And there looks like the breakout coming. Need to get these set to the right settings. They were set to nighttime. Now, I'm not a scalper, VJ, so it may be a whole lot different than what you trade like. So this it's only 1.25. Well, I need about 3. It's each of these candles is quite long. It's 02 to 99. So that's a 4-point candle to open the day. Looks like the Nasdaq's still going. And we're pulling back now. Too late, Pablo. Dow Zarewski. Do we dare go short the Dow below 110? I don't know. Looking like we're doing some sort of mini J-hook in the NASDAQ. Don't necessarily like where the oscillators are. Okay, let's see what happens when we get back up to 52 again. There we go. I almost pulled the trigger on that puppy, but who knows? Yeah, I just posted that. Okay. S&P and Dow.
Order pending.
See if the Dow can break this level. Really kind of in chop if it goes back up. I don't really like what I see there.
Order canceled.
No, not going to do that. And still nothing in the S&P here. Maybe over O2, but you see right now it's in a grind mode higher. It's just not a perfect setup at all because of the momentum oscillators. So we need a pullback to go long, be able to have anything to set up. And it looks like this Dow might actually be rolling over.
Order pending.
Every time I put that in there, I scare it away, right? S&P going higher, so is the NASDAQ. And it's behind again. I don't know what it is about this thing.
Order canceled.
All right, if we get over to hit 902 quarter, you could probably get a buy signal in the S&P. Stop would have to be 89 and a half. Got close. Still kind of in a trading range. Look at the Dow. The Russell and the NASDAQ are grinding higher. Nothing exorbitant. Look at your 2 minute. Okay. Just about there. O2 quarters the peach line. Okay, we would be long now. Stop would be at the volatility dot under 99.5, and your targets would be as appropriate. We're up at R2. No. Now we're gonna need follow through for this to work. So you already, VJ, you've already put in your mind that it's gonna pull back and you're gonna short it. Just watch the chart. There's nothing bearish about that chart. Nothing bearish about that at all. We're looking at 04 1/4 for the first to be taken off, right? NASDAQ and Russell are pulling back. Dow's going up, following the S&P. Well, you could probably raise the stop up to maybe this 29,075. Yeah, I know. But the thing is, if you start putting words in that, it gets into your brain, and that's what you start looking for. We're battling with this R level here. R2. I didn't see that till after I'd already called the entry. Okay, you could get out right now for one of two contracts. Okay, we hit 04 1/4. Don't know that I could raise it much before. Okay, let's look here. All right, I'd probably go. Could probably go to break even then, which is right here at the peach line here. And just let it ride. So you've already taken off 2 points. What's that, $100? I'm not negating, ignoring the others. I'm watching them. No entries from here. Okay, and then now all we have to do is just basically try to trail this puppy out. I would probably raise the stop very soon to 0275 to 03 something, right around here. We're probably going to pull back and retest R2 at some point. That's just what it does. But so I got to give it at least a little bit, but I don't want to ride it all the way back. Let's use 03 1/4. It's just going so slowly. And we're at an inflection point, swing level from prior day or what, I don't even know. I know it's marked out there. So we basically got at least $150 in the bank here with 2 contracts. They're talking about target 1 being '07. That's a ways up there, but hey. All right, I think we would be safe to raise the stop up just a little bit here. 0375. I'll try that. We go up a little bit higher, probably raise it up some more. Don't want to be giving it back. 04 quarter. I want to know it's what they're giving out. 10 what? Okay, that right here, that dot is the first. Okay. Money management and the first target were coincidental. And the possibility is we're going to be taken out right here. But I don't want to. It's a simulated trade, Sean, for VJ. He wanted me to call one, so I said, okay, we could do that. And we're out. 04 and a quarter. So we got 2 and 2 points. A $200 trade. I mean, it didn't move very much. Doesn't need to move very much to make a little bit of money. But it happened pretty slowly. Gave us a chance to talk our way out. So, I mean, I was looking at the momentum oscillators when we entered it. They were pointing upwards. They weren't a slam dunk in any way, shape, or form, VJ. But it was worth a shot. All right, the Russell just printed a short. Boy, I don't know. It's kind of in no man's land here. That's not a good one. Possible J hook forming on the Dow. Move up, pull back, move back up. All right, was that kind of what you were looking for, VJ? Okay. The only thing I would normally do is look at the momentum oscillators and but they weren't really giving us a lot of help on that trade. So it was just price action. Felt a little uncomfortable being on a 3, but I don't have a good feel for the ES. You notice how we're pretty much got a synthetic continuation pattern forming here. Yeah, you kind of combine the charts. And if we go to, let's try your 750 there. Pablo. think that 750 is a little bit too small. This is 1,000 ticks. Good morning, John. Thanks, BJ. I just didn't think it was all that great. I just still feel a bit uncomfortable with not knowing the system. All right, if we're using ticks, I bet a tick space for the ticks here left to go. What was it? Fib levels were somewhere around 1,600. Well, it was more of a gut feel, you know. We got another buy signal in the NASDAQ. What? I got behind again? How the heck does that happen? This is starting to tick me off. It's not staying up. We actually have a short in the NASDAQ, not a long. Need a bounce here for the NASDAQ. Maybe up to 69 or so. Russell looks short. Let's see if we can get a bounce first. Thanks, Sean. All right, there's the bounce in the NASDAQ. As long as it stays below 70.5. Yeah, the NASDAQ short's gonna be out the window for me. Get a little bit of a bounce here in the Russell. Woulda, shoulda, coulda, right? Alright. Well, that NASDAQ short might come back to, but we'd have to have a stop a little higher than the volatility stop. It got behind again. I have no idea what's causing this. Do this, do that, and see if it stays. Dow's just grinding higher.
Order pending. Order canceled.
Momentum don't look great. I'm going to cancel that for the moment. Russell. Let's see, it's 63. I get 6. There's a bark. Does that mean a long or a short? It's only if you use limit orders, which I don't. No, I think it has something to do with the fact that the Ninja Trader chart there. Okay. Wish I'd have paid attention to the. How come that one's showing different? That's a 610. 947. Weird. Well, there's the NASDAQ short that I called off. Let's see if it actually bounces around there and comes back to 63. I didn't like the momentum oscillators. Lower likelihood for follow through to the downside. Now we're going to get some coming off the highs on the S&P. And now I'm wishing that I'd have been in that short. It would have gotten target 1. Notice that we basically hit this swing level here, 56.75. Woulda, shoulda, couldas. Russell, guys, around 1720.3, just above 1720. Looks like the guys will probably try to defend as a double bottom or triple bottom. That was on Russell RTY. What? 2902. No, we're pointing lower. What time frame are you looking at, BJ? What do you have as your chart setting? We're above that now. Are you saying that the bias ought to be long if you're above there? Okay. Well, got to be looking for longs above that, and so that's really your above and below lines, similar to what Pablo was talking about yesterday. That NASDAQ just can't get below 54. And 20.5 on Russell. Well, that's where the volatility stop is, yeah. We're just doing a consolidation right here in NASDAQ. Would be really tough to go short here with congestion off to the left. And we're going up. And NASDAQ went above this swing level here, probably going next to 68.75 to maybe 70.75. Dow just grinding higher. S&P going higher. Well, a lot of them are very easy in 2020 hindsight, though, right? And I've got a Dow buy signal there. Oh. Don't like the oscillators there. And we're getting another breakout in the S&P. $193. And we hit 71 in the NASDAQ. Next stop up would be 77. Russell can't get out of its own way. It's still in chop. It had to rally just to get to there. That Dow's not going to work. Looks like a possible continuation pattern on an 8 Unirinco on the NASDAQ, but it's probably failing. It had 2/3 of the candle. If it goes back up and closes green, it could work. Target one on the Dow would be 26,210. Don't think it's going to make it though. Russell.
Order pending.
Okay, I've got a short on the Russell coming up.
Order filled.
And, it dipped down and got me. Possibly could have waited till under 20. The momentum's, the R squeeze is kind of coming up a little bit, so I'm going to watch that puppy. We're battling the 20 level again. Nasdaq's in chop. Dow's pulling back. I don't know what the ES is doing. I pulled the stop in a little tighter because if it goes back up there, I don't want to be in. This level around 1719.5 will be critical. It already bounced there once. That corresponds with this over here yesterday. I've got right here 18.5 as a target. And that kind of works. And not looking so good for the home team here. Need to roll over again. Look at it, the trend is okay, not great, it's still awfully flat, and the momentum oscillator is a bit flat, and the R squeeze isn't helping. So if we close green here, we're going to be in trouble. There we go.
Order filled.
Okay, minus 140. Hit the volatility stop and the regular stop, both of them. 6. Yeah. All right. So much for that one. $75.72 key level in the Nasdaq. Dow. Momentums are not there. Kind of lackluster day here. At least that's what it feels like to me. Just come past 10 o'clock. Time for a reversal, baby. Okay, you bastard have gotten behind again. Russell kind of looks lower, but look at the slope of these lines. It's going to be a grinder. See if we get a reaction here. And that NASDAQ got up to the swing. Yeah, I may have just, maybe poor choice of words. It just, where did most of that 40-point rally come from, John? A lot of it came overnight before we started trading. We did have one NASDAQ long at 941 that I missed. We were in that ES trade. I wouldn't call that flying. 2902, which 4 points, maybe 5 at the most. Nah, really, you can't buy the open. 2902 is where the breakout. So I'm not taking the open. Look at the first buy signal. It was right here at 2902.75. And the best it did was 077, less than that. So you're talking about 4.5 to 5 points. That's not a lot after. I was just looking at not getting a lot of follow through, John. I don't scalp. I do little mini trend trades. And look at here at the, oh yeah, could you have stood the pullbacks? You got to there and you got up to there, but then pulled back. You have to decide what kind of trader you are, what kind of time frames. And we did a nice J-hook in the NASDAQ, John. I totally agree. I was not looking at that. I was watching the ES for VJ. So I was not even looking at the other markets. It had we would buy signal there that got stopped out. Didn't even make target one right here, and it made target one and got stopped out. Had one here that made target two or one and then stopped out at about one. So I would say that wasn't rip roaring. Maybe lackluster is a little bit too harsh. We're in chop now in the NASDAQ. Pretty large range, actually. 60 to 76. maybe I'm just wanting V bottoms and V tops. I'm ignoring that buy signal in the Nasdaq. Yep. Dow's trying to grind here. Whoa. There's something hit the markets now.
Order filled.
Okay. Boy, howdy. I got a bad fill on that one.
Target filled.
Got a bad fill on that one. Let's see if we can go lower here. I'm in an, oops. Nasdaq short. Oh shit.
Target filled.
Oh well, I couldn't move it. What happened? Yeah. Well, I hit the sell market, and it dropped 3 points below where it was trading. I hit it at around 62.5, and yeah, I'm sure it was. I got a 57.5 fill. All right. Thank goodness it followed through. All right, that's the level I got filled in. I was actually trying to ask it to go short around 61. 61 and 58 is 3 to 3.5 points. Yeah. Well, thank God I got my targets. I'm back to double green again today, so with the one overnight, that's really helping me. You know, that's the double-edged sword here, with all this craziness. You'll get a massive flux up, down, unless you just do what I did and hit buy, sell, panic. But then if you get slippage like that, that's not such a good thing. I don't think I'm going to do that again. I'll just pass. Thanks there, Pablo. Why would they want to land in Washington State? Oh, yeah. Have you ever been to Eastern Washington, John? It's on the east side of the mountains. It's desert. It's very arid. I was surprised. Spokane, Washington area. Kind of reminds me of Texas. Got lost using MapQuest. I never liked MapQuest at all. All right. The Russell short was not necessarily as horrific. It actually worked out below 19. Got to target 1. Target 2. The Russell's getting slammed. Well, not as bad as the rest, but it's a lot more. See how more less panicky? This was a panic of the NASDAQ. The Russell was a little more controlled to the way down and hit already to target 3. And that was a full 40 points, 40 ticks, I mean. Good old Johnny One Eye here. Looks like we're coming back to a double bottom possibility for the NASDAQ. At least they might try to defend it. There's that bounce. We're expecting it. And say if we were short already, a lot of the trading is expecting the bounce so that you don't get surprised by something. Or before you enter this trade, before you would enter a short right here, you go, well, they'll probably have some sort of reaction around there. Maybe wait and do the short on the second break. And you can use whatever bounce that they've got here. If it doesn't succeed, you can use the trailing stop, which is what's happening here at 55 1/4. You'll end up having the same amount with probably less of a problem. Now, what gets me though is that that the momentum is not at 0, but it's not horrific. Yeah. I mean, see, I'm not necessarily looking at. I'm not trading in daily, so my bias on the daily was still positive, or was positive. I don't know what it is now. Look at the daily charts. The S&P is still positive. NASDAQ 67, yeah, still positive. Russell's a different story. We're down 1. This Russell is weak, guys. We're still up 130 on the Dow, and we actually touched a swing high. So the Russell is the one I'd be concerned about. So looking for the macro picture, not losing track of where we are. But I'm not trading those. If I was, today's intraday blips, it wouldn't matter. Let me get rid of this puppy. Oh, excuse me. Coming up on 10:30. Man, we've lost the whole morning here. Had an overnight trade. We had one ES trade that I simulated walking through with for VJ. And then we had a Russell short that didn't work. And a NASDAQ short that did work. So 3 out of 4 positive trades. My goal is about an average of 2 out of 3. Yeah, and it's the knee jerk, and now the ripples are coming off, right, John? Just have the ripples subside. Now, if NASDAQ gets over 61, it could rally a little bit, but it doesn't look like it wants to do that right now. Well, the black boxes, you can call them algorithms or whatever. The black boxes, they look for certain words in news events that happen, and based upon those words, they'll take a position. And then one feeds on another. One would necessarily look at, say, like the NASDAQ swing level here. They might have been looking at this swing level here. They might have been looking at swing level there or there. Either one on them, any of them breaking. They may have, gone short, added to the short. So that's. We did react to each of those levels, though. We did have some intra-candle reaction. But let's face it, from the sell-off that I had, it was 1605, 1608, that's 3 seconds. Another 5, was that right? That's from 1605. Okay. In about 45 seconds, we went from that signal to the absolute, that low right there. In 45 seconds. Sure. And I assume when you say orange dots, you're talking about these right here, right, VJ? Okay. When you're if you were in a short position, like you're under that's the volatility stop, and you see. Okay. Do you see the triangle here? And then the dots? That was telling us we had a volatility flip. Let me move this out of the way so it doesn't cover it up. Okay. So these are the volatility stops, if basically saying you should be long here. And that volatility, when it goes through that level and closes the candle, the next one opens up with the volatility stop above, saying you should be thinking about shorts, and it's signified by a volatility flip with, gosh, we got to go way back over here to really, where do we get a volatility flip? There's a flip to the downside, and there's a flip right back to the upside. So let me show you. All right, we changed to an uptrend here from a downtrend. So you'll see the lime colored dots, and once it came back through there, on the open of that candle, it went through it and changed down to a short, but then flipped right back to a long at 7 a.m. and stayed there for the rest of the morning until we got to the recent sell-off. Does that answer your question fully there, Mr. VJ? About the best I'm going to do. This is starting to get frustrating here. give it a little bit extra room there. Russell's back down to the primary pivot. NASDAQ got all the way back down to R1. Dow's in a down grind mode. You can see that from right here. And the S&P flipped over on a 3-minute chart. These three lime, these would be the lime color. This dark green, that's not what you're asking for, is it? At 98.50? Okay. That right there is a stop, swing level, sorry. Based upon this low here, they called it an exhaustion dot. It's generated by Counterpunch Trader, and it takes the low and then subtracts 2 from it. Or on the upside, we see the red dots. It's the high plus 2 ticks. So the author there explained that was where the market got exhausted. Oh, what the heck happened there, Funshine? Hello. Okay, it looks like Ninja Trader crapped out on me. Okay. Let's see if Ninja Trader still still going. No. Okay. What the hell was that all about? Well, sure glad that didn't happen during the middle of a trade. Nice rally in the NASDAQ. Still looking for it to get over 61. Nice pause here would work. Huh. Maybe it was a data feed issue. Or could it be just coinky-dink? Coincidental. Let's see if we get a continuation pattern in that NASDAQ. Nope, not yet. maybe this should be a question that you should try to figure out yourself. You describe it, and then I critique it. Just remember, there's no right or wrong answer. And by the time you type it all in, it will change. NASDAQ is in chop. Russell's are down where primary pivot and maybe a double bottom might want to form. Okay. The trend there is short now. The only problem that is you would look at is there support off to the left to keep you from going short there. I was seeing the short of this box. Somewhere around it here, like 2,900, but it only went down to 1.5 points. Now it's gone a little bit more than that. See, all this in here, it's battling, but it's actually going through it. So, didn't say you would. Yeah, the first target of me would be 97.25, somewhere around there above that, maybe 97.5. It may or may not make it. Because all this it has to get through, so it's going to maybe just zigzag. And then it falls through there, we probably go to 96.5. Again, these are only about a point and a half. You don't see the of what chart. You're supposed to use your own chart. Or you're just trying to use my indicators. Hey Pablo, have you taken any trades today? Real or sim? Doesn't matter. Momentum oscillators and squeeze are both lower. Trend is still lower, but it's battling it because of all this over here. Just looks to me that it'll try to get through it, but it's going to be a grind. Does that make sense? Okay. But I need to be able to show more than just one chart there, VJ. Do you open up the room with one or two windows? Yeah, the short was late. I mean, we're now just analyzing it. Where is it going to try to go? Trying to pick out targets now. Two windows, okay. You do know that you can actually zoom in on that one chart. You said you didn't see enough to the left on it, even if you zoomed in. Okay, so what I could do then is do that. It's small, and then you zoom in. Okay. Now I understand. NASDAQ trying to do a double bottom. Same in the Russell. Dow still grinding lower with the S&P. Now, is there a reason, VJ, that you want to try to trade the ES? You seem bound and determined to try to trade the ES. The reason I'm saying is we looked at the Dow, and for the last few weeks, it's been nice and trendy. It moves a lot less jerky, surprisingly. And we've been in a grind mode, but you know, this one would have been down to a target one and stopped out. This short here may or may not have been stopped out, depending. Yeah, I got stopped out over here. And then the short here is target one. So Okay. I'm going to ask the question. You know the numbers. That's cool. Your experience is how did that work out? See, it's perfect practice makes perfect. If you have a lot of practice and it's like a golf swing. If you go out there and have a very poor swing and don't fix it, okay. But if you don't fix it, you'll end up getting muscle memory for a bad swing, and that's what I did for years. And I took some lessons, and it helped me out. And every once in a while, I've got to go back. The old habits start to creep back in. I've got to go back to what I was taught and what to do with the golf swing. Oh my, excuse me. All right, 10:45. Are we ready for a rally? Yeah. I'm constantly trying to reinvent my swing or going and trying to keep the bad habits from creeping back in.
Appointment online. Visit PetSmart.com and book with your favorite groomer. For our store hours and location, press 1. For the grooming salon, press 2. Wait while I transfer your call.
Well, we getting any motion here? Yeah, Pablo, I was wondering if you'd taken any trades today, either sim or real. Just curious. We took one simulated ES trade long this morning, and I took a real Russell short that did not work. It was a stop out, and then NASDAQ short that worked. So I'm up 350 for the day, counting last night. Not counting the sim trade. Okay. Nasdaq over 48. It is now 10:45. Looking for that rally.
Order pending. Order filled.
Came along the NASDAQ. And the momentums are both good. The trend is good. Still got to fight off all this stuff to the left, but I think we'll be okay. Just make sure, give it some room. Our squeeze is good, the momentum's not so great, and the price is not so great right now. We'll see. We're coming back and retesting the breakout level. Need for it to move back up right now.
Stop filled.
And that took away some of our profits. All right. Oh well. It wasn't a bad setup. It just didn't work. Nasdaq may be settling into a chop right now. Russell's in chop, even though it gave a short signal. Dow. No. Dow's getting close to a potential buy signal there. $102. Nah. I'm not going to take that short.
Order pending.
See if this works up here. It needs to keep going up on this next couple of candles, because if it goes back down, it'll be in chop, and that won't be such a great entry. 75.50 quarter is the buy stop. Russell looks like a potential buy right here. Don't know. Yeah.
Order canceled.
Not looking good. And Russell just backed off of it. It's in a chop. Stay away, it's in a trading range.
Order pending.
Let's put this back on and see what happens. It's battling this 75.50 level. Gonna be 32 ticks. Trend is not all that slopey, and it'll be a grind, it looks like, unless it accelerates. My gut tells me to cancel it and say the heck with it. The 10-year Renko doesn't look as bad. That a breakout would work pretty well. Go up about 6 points. Thanks, Sean. That's 49 again.
Order filled.
Oh, I didn't change it from 1 back to a 2. Darn it. They have just helped me, actually.
Order filled.
All right. I'm done for the day. I have a conference call with Rick going on for now, so I will leave my charts on for you guys, and I'll have to shut down sometime later today to take the computer away. All right. Better luck than me here, guys. I'm up a whole whopping 140. All right, you guys take care.